I will have been retired for 4 years. I spent my career in financial services in the 401k industry, and I thought I knew everything there was to know about retirement. But I retired when I was 54, which now I just turned 58, and there was so much I didn't know about retirement. So yes, of course, retirement, it is about the money. Do you have enough? But what's actually more important that I know now, it's not actually do you have enough, it's how much are you going to spend. Because regardless of how much you have, if you outpace your savings, your investment growth, you're going to run out of money. So you really have to keep track of how much you're spending. So that's like number one thing that I've learned. And I kind of knew that, right, intellectually, but it's quite different when you're actually spending down your assets for the first time in your life after being like a saver, which I was a massive saver. The second thing that I realized is that there's so many things I didn't know. Like, I tied so much of my identity to my career. That was a big mistake. I wish I hadn't done that. I really lost. I didn't quite know who I was. Partly because I also didn't have any hobbies. There wasn't a lot I was passionate about besides my kids and work. So that was a struggle. I also realized that I'm quite ADD and that I was lost without the structure of work. So even though I couldn't stand the structure, not that I couldn't stand it, but I craved the structure. Having that routine every day, make your coffee, get the car, commute to work, etc. That was something that was really hard for me to create, was the structure.
I've always wondered how people that love that job so much, how they fail when they retire. Like, I'm loving the videos we've been checking out lately because it's a learning curve for me. I want to see what life is like for others, outside my country, what life is, how people live, and also people that are, that have gotten to the age of retirement, how life is to them. Because I just have this notion that when you are not working, like actively working, even when you retire, you don't have something that you look forward to. It sort of make people to deteriorate. I don't know if I'm doing what I'm thinking that. No, being retired doesn't necessarily mean you stop working, right? There are some things you can be doing, but not like you're actively working, but like you are doing something every day you wake up, there's something you're doing, having something to look forward to. I think that's it. Yes, I think that's it. Well, yeah, I'm enjoying this video, and this is my first what's the word I'm looking for? This is the first I'm actually hearing somebody that retired talking what's how the expectation reality exceeds the expectation, or what's the word? Yeah, I think that's it. What she expected is not what reality is. Now it's making me think, how can I better live my life now and position myself so that when I retire, I won't be so lonely and lost. That's the essence of this video. Think, have retrospect. How can you live better now so that your future self will be grateful? That makes sense, yeah? Capish?
Because I didn't want the structure, but I found I got really lost and kind of depressed without it. So that was a real challenge in the beginning. Most of my network was through work because, while raising kids and working full time, commuting, traveling, I didn't have a lot of a large circle of friends outside of work. Yeah, I mean, I had friends from high school and from college in different parts of my life, but I didn't cultivate them enough while I was working. And so I do regret that. And that was another reason I struggled in the beginning. I had planned to travel when I first retired, but I really didn't think about how I was going to fill my days, because it is a lot of time. And I know it's great every day is Saturday, but when every day is Saturday can lose its magic. And when Saturday lost its magic, I lost my sparkle. And so it took me a while to kind of get my sparkle back. Some of it was thanks to TikTok, actually. It's really important to think about how you want to evolve who you are, because you're no longer going to be the person that you were once you retire. Other advice I could give you is that first year, you should totally decompress. I think of my first year as like the freshman year. Sophomore year, you start to try things, you start to figure it out. Junior year, you kind of hit your stride. I just finished my senior year. Woohoo, now I can graduate as a full-fledged retiree. I can finally fully embrace it.
I'm so happy that she's been able to find her sparkle. You can tell from the way she's talking, the excitement that she's finally found her groove. I love it so much for her because she looks like somebody that no, that deserves it. She's giving that aura like she deserves good things in life. Somebody said, I think it's all about accepting new habits. The work life has been a habit for decades, so go easy on ourselves. That's the thing for me in my 7th month of retirement. Oh, she's even still new. Somebody has said, in the midst of my first year of retirement, I'm working on building a routine and structure to fill my days, going to the gym and hiking, treating my health as my new job. Lost 35 IBS so far. So excited to reinvent myself. Love your TikToks. Oh, and your enthusiasm for sharing your knowledge. Yeah, like I love it. Like this is the first time I'm ever seeing her. I'm looking forward to watching her videos. I'm not even close to a retirement, but I enjoy people like this. She's giving off beautiful excitement aura. Oh, this is nice. I retired in July after being a healthcare risk manager and feel everything you talked about. Looking for my stride and perhaps another venture because I want to continue to grow. Oh, this is beautiful. And you see, people like her will gravitate towards, and they can even start something. Who knows? That's how communities are founded or are founded. Nice.
Imagine you work for a $2 billion company and you roll up to work one morning and you find out that your 401k contribution will no longer be matched by the company because they are interested in putting that measly amount for their employees, that little itty bit for a $2 billion company, into AI research, AI processes in the name of efficiency. And then you read what your company's spokespeople say, and they go, this is actually a positive signal in the labor market. This is good. This is an investment back in our people for their long-term future. Come on. Come on. The U.S. is in a quality job crisis. When companies start hemorrhaging parental leave, IVF benefits, your 401k match, come on now.
Wow, that's no good. That's no good. I work for a division of Berkshire Hathaway. We got our 401k contribution double the last 2 years. I'm not crazy about working for giant companies, but when I hear stories like this, it makes me glad I work for a company with ethics. I think that's the word, ethics. Remember when they kept trying to convince us 401k are better than pensions? Okay, so 401k is different from pensions. Oh, 401k were meant to replace the guaranteed retirement benefits that companies used to give. They are slowly whittling away our ability to retire. Anytime 401k matching goes away, you should immediately start job searching. It's the biggest red flags. I agree. I agree. Ah, that's quite sad. Let's continue.
I'm Tara Lynn, and I'm 53, going on 54. I'm going to try to make this quick. I woke up the other day, probably a week or two ago, and just realized I have not prepared for retirement. Even though I work full time, I've worked my whole life. I started doing some work when I was 14 and 15 years old. Started cleaning motel rooms for minimum wage back when it was like $3 and something an hour. Ever since I've been old enough to know that I can make money for myself, I've always been motivated in that way. But I didn't really have patience for saving for retirement. I always ignored that, and I just always looked at it like it was a long time away. But now I'm within probably the 10-year span or so, and I have not put anything back. So I just realized, what am I going to do? And I see the way this world is going. It's all going, more techie stuff. And I'm not techie at all. I don't even know what I'm doing on this app. I don't know how to do anything. I just listen to people that's in my age range and what they're doing in situations like this. And a lot of it comes down to affiliate marketing, which I've not tried yet, but I'm going to try it in my spare time, evenings and weekends, to try to prepare some for retirement. Totally my fault. I should have already been saving, but I didn't. I didn't want to let go of the money.
Honestly, what she's doing, it takes a lot of guts to do what she's doing. Coming out openly to admit that, you've not been able to do this at this age. Not many people will be able to do this. And I'm so happy that she's been open with it. She's been open about it, because I know that the way Americans move, a lot of people reach out to help her. And thanks to social media, she's on social media. So as time goes on, she's going to start getting paid, start getting brand deals. Before you know that, she'll even be the one sponsoring her family life. That's the beautiful thing of being on social media. I love it so much.
But the thing about it is, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not techie. I could care less about that type of thing, and didn't think I'd really be making money on the internet. But, I shop on the internet and I buy, I have got literally, for my age range, I've got lots of skincare products I've bought. I've tried a lot of them. And supplements, because I love natural supplements and things that have to do with health. And even things to use around the house that make it easier for me, just because I'm getting a little bit older. And I buy them and use them, but I don't talk about it. I've never made any money off of it or anything like that. But I realized too that in this age range, if I have tried them, why not talk and just be transparent on if I like the product or if I didn't, or what it did for me, and try to make some extra income. Just being.
And let me tell you, beyond making extra income, because of her age, lots of those brands will want to partner with her, because they know that a lot of people her age will be listening to her, watching to hear what she's saying. Are you getting what I'm saying? She's gonna make it big if she continue like this consistently. Ah, I see it. I see her making it big.
Totally transparent. It's easy to just pop online and do this, so I'm going to try my hand at it. And I'm hoping, a lot of women that's middle-aged like me, that are maybe even in the same position, if you've been thinking like this, or thinking, what am I going to do with the way things are going, and even the economy being like it is, you can follow along. And maybe if you.
Honestly, I love it for her. You see, see how rich the comment is. Are you seeing how rich the comment is? Because people in this age range, they don't just drop, scanty comments. You see, this lady is going to make it big. I know how brands think. Hey, nah. See, I started over 50 a week when I was 22. It's now worth over 1 point. Okay, $50 a week when I was 22. It's now worth over 1.4 million. This is not a flex. It's a reminder to the younger generations to save now. Wow. At the age of 22. Wow. That's very impressive. My mom is 64, has nothing saved, and it stresses me out. She plays the victim. Nobody taught me what to do. Ah, well, you are my mom and you are my mom and didn't teach me either, but I figured it out myself. It's so frustrating. I can imagine. Let me tell you something. In this part of our world, our parents rarely save anything for retirement, because you know why? Their children are their retirement plan. Yeah, that's how it is in my country. Children are the retirement plan. The children will grow up, find their means, and start taking care of the parents. That's how it is. And if you complain, they'll tell you, but they took care of you when you were a little child. Yeah, so you have to pay them back. That's the way it is. So most people having children in my country are not having children because of, oh, I want a family, even though they want a family, but at the end of at the back of their head, they are looking for children that will take care of them when they grow old. When you tell people in my country that, oh, you don't want to have a child, you know the first thing most of them will ask you, don't you want your children to look after you when you are old? And I'm not kidding you. That's the average man on the street. That's their mentality for wanting to have a child. Okay, let this be a lesson to anyone seeing this in their 20s and 30s who think retirement is far away. Imitate the squirrels who get busy storing nuts for the winter and the summer. They don't wait until the first snowfall. You do not want to be in this position. You do not. Yeah, I won't lie. It's a good thing that she's coming out to share this.
We lose a major source of validation when we retire. Our job was probably the most significant source of validation that we had in our lives. And when we retire, everything that we got out of our career is kind of in the rearview mirror. So one of the things that happens, at least that happened to me, was I started feeling less worthwhile and less useful, and my self-esteem took a huge dip as a result of losing my primary source of validation. So something to consider when we go into retirement is it would probably be expected to feel a sense of loss of validation once we move away from our careers. And I don't know that you can really replace it. I mean, maybe you can. For me, it was just recognizing that's where those feelings were coming from and not trying to find some way to quote unquote fix it, because it's just something that was gone that I had to adjust to. So validation, or at the very least, a sense of validation. We lose.
Okay, so I'm hearing one thing over and over. Losing themselves, especially people that their self-worth were tied to their job and their income. So in other words, you need to find life outside your job. Build life outside your job, so that even when you retire, that life you've been able to build is still there. So it's only one part of you are losing, not like entirety of it. That makes sense. Somebody in the comment section said, "This is me, another loss. I look for another job every day. Just something is drilled into us early on that a job is it." Nope, not me. I worked to live, not live to work. I had many hobbies. When I left work, I was done. Sorry, but not. Lots of us feel that way. Okay, you see. So this person, I think this is the best way to live, to approach life. That validation left my body in shambles. I barely made it to early retirement, 62. I already gave my all. Now I feel like I'm validated for life. This is a stumbling block for me. I don't know where I fit in anymore. And at the same time, who to identify as is quite depressing. Wow. This is interesting. I didn't know that the retired people felt like this or are feeling like this. Wow. So now I'm thinking of how to better position myself. Build communities. Build communities. Don't live in isolation. See, whether we like it or not, yeah, we've not been created for isolation. We were meant for relationships. So we need to build as much as we can for the future. Which is why I think this is why lots of women enjoy retirement, because they have girlfriends, they have different societies they belong in. Please share your experience with us in the comment section. Do you know anybody that retired? What is it like? Or are your parents retired? What has life been for them? Did you have to care for? Are you caring for them in terms of money, feeding, or they are good? Share with us in the comment section. And also lessons you've learned that people should emulate. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.